Hi everyone, it's me Vasoya. I know it's been a while since I've been on here since my last video. I think I was coming back. Yeah, I was coming back from visiting my brother and the powerful experience that I had with the Most High on that trip. I shared with you guys, and it's crazy because after that I ended up getting like really sick and yeah, but I'm back. Hope everyone is doing well, and I thank you for everyone who supported me, who has liked and shared and subscribed to my channel. All the words of wisdom and encouragement that you guys give me, I thank you, and I appreciate that because you don't have to. So I'm grateful for that, and again, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for your support, and I came on here today because I wanted to share a little bit with these experiences I've been having these past couple weeks. The Most High is amazing. But before I get into that, I just want to read something to you guys. Again, like I always say, you know, everyone knows my favorite scripture I always go to, but I wanted to start off with Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. And I also wanted to share with you guys Isaiah 12th chapter. I'll just read the whole chapter because it's short. So it says, in that day thou shalt say, O Yahuwah, I will praise thee. Though thou wast angry with me, thy anger is turned away, and thou comfortest me. Behold, Yahuwah is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For Yahuwah Adoni is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation. Therefore with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation. And in that day shall ye say, praise Yahuwah, call upon his name, declare his doings among the people. Make mention that his name is exalted. Sing unto Yahuwah, for he has done excellent things. This is known in all the earth. Cry out and shout, thou inhabit of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Yasharel in the midst of thee. So I want to start with that one because, because today is the 12th, and I actually have started in the book of Isaiah again. And I go by the days. So like today is the 12th, so I had to read the 12th chapter. So I wanted to share that. And I encourage everyone, especially in these end days. A lot of people always focus on Revelation, but you should focus on Isaiah. Isaiah has a lot of hidden gems in there that most people don't even think about and just forget that's there. So I encourage you to definitely read the book of Isaiah. So I wanted to read that because I don't think a lot of us remember that we're supposed to give our praise and honor and glory to him because he has been amazing. Just his name alone is amazing. There's so much power even just in his name, just saying his name. And so many things you can do just with saying his name, and just how wonderful and magnificent he is, and how we're supposed to be filled with his work at all times and always be filled with him. The Most High is supposed to be your desire. That should be your everything. Truly, like with all your soul, with all your might, with all your body, he's supposed to be your everything. You should love him and exalt him and exalt his name and just bask in his presence. Many of us think that basking in his presence and honoring him is just for, as people call it, the Sabbath, but it's not. That should be every day, every second that you're alive, every breath that you breathe. That's something you should do. Because he's amazing and he's deserving. And I mean, just the fact that he loves us and still there for us after everything. And the fact that he even awakened a lot of us and brought us to this point. And all of us are at different levels in our walk. And he has revealed different things to different ones because of the level we are in our walk. So I always just want to remind people when, especially a lot of people always condemning Christians and Christianity and talking about how there is no meat there. And I actually had a conversation with someone today that really just spoke values. And shout out to brother Jonathan. He said to me that Christianity for a lot of us was our foundation. It was the framework. And it made so much sense because if we didn't have that, we probably wouldn't be open to even where we're at now. It shaped a lot of us to start seeking. And that's the problem with a lot of people. You just think because you have this knowledge and you call yourself knowing the truth. What you don't realize is you barely scratched the surface. So just because you found out that the letter J was wrong, and just because you found out that a lot of the stuff that we was doing in holidays is paganism and stuff. You just barely scratched the surface. And I always tell people, when you have a real relationship with the Most High, you're supposed to grow, you're supposed to elevate. The same person that I was this time last year, I'm not that person. The same understanding and wisdom that he gave me is not the same that I have today. He elevates me each time and as I grow in him. And a lot of people I see, you're not growing. A lot of people, you're still that same person as you was last year. You're still quoting the same scripture. You're still condemning the same people. You're still tweeting the same thing. Nothing, you're not growing. And the fruits that you bear are showing. And you're not bearing the fruits of the Most High. So just because you can say his name does not mean you're bearing any fruit of him. So be cautious when you always criticize and come down on Christianity, because a lot of y'all, just because you know the correct name, you're still at the same level as Christians are, and you're no better than them. So humble yourself. A lot of you really need to humble yourself and seek him and let him be your guidance. Let him depend on his understanding. The Most High said, trust in him with all your heart. Learn how to do that. Learn how to ask him to remove all of you and let it be all of him in you. Because greater is he that is in us than he that's in the world. A lot of us just think that's just something to say. And we're supposed to be so in tune and in touch with him that everything that we do and that he give, all the powers he give us in the spiritual realm, is supposed to manifest even in the physical and show proof positive in our lives. A lot of us can't understand that and get to the powers that he gave us because we're still dead in the spirit. So just because you have all his head knowledge, you're still dead in the spirit, and you don't have his ruach in you. And that's sad. So start seeking him truly and stop leaning on your own understanding. And it's interesting, like the Most High will really give you power and really will elevate you and elevate your gifts. I remember I told you guys a couple of videos ago, I think in the Train Up a Child, about how when I was a kid, I was able to see things and I would dream things and it would come to pass. And the Most High showed me a lot of things. And I went through a period where like I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing anymore. But I noticed lately, within the past couple months, he's bringing that back. And he's bringing that back stronger than ever. And I give him all the praise and the honor because it's not me. It's all him. Like I shared with you guys that the experience that I had when I went to go visit my brother in the woods. What I didn't tell you guys was that the night before, I had a dream. And in that dream, I was in the woods. And in that dream, I went off a cliff and actually drowned and fell in the water and drowned. And I died. And then to experience that the next day, to go into the woods, and because I was obedient and I had that relationship, I didn't go off my understanding. I went off of his and listened to him. And the Ruach showed me, like, you can't go. You don't need to go. Turn around. And I was obedient. And he let his angels turn me around in that truck and go the other way. And I just keep saying, like, wow, like, that's amazing. Like, Father, you showed me prior what could have happened. And it just shows, like, how amazing he is. And then I had another incident where, like, I had a dream where I was in the elevator and his angels was each on the side of me, one holding my hand on each side of me. And Satan was trying to stop me and trying to convince me and instill fear in me. And I kept saying, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to trust what the Most High showed me and hold the hands of the angels. And I know that I'm be covered and protected. So I woke up, get ready to go for work. And because I live in a high rise, I have an elevator in my building. Lo and behold, that same morning, I'm getting ready to leave so I can go to work, and I get ready to get on the elevator, and I see that the elevator's stuck, and it stopped. And I seen that before it actually had happened. And I was like, I get it now. I shouldn't go on there because I can get stuck on this elevator. So I didn't go on there. And it's just like little things like that, like different things that like it's coming back and it's getting stronger. And I just praise the Most High for restoring my gifts and using me as his vessel and loving me enough to be his vessel and letting me experience his ruach and even having his angels shield and fight for me and protecting me from seen and unseen harm and danger. It's just like, it's amazing because he doesn't have to. And I'm just grateful for him and that he literally keeps me. anytime anything, like I always say, like, we don't always know the things that we're being protected from and guidance. And it's just even having a relationship so much with the Most High where I can say, Father, let me get a park, and let me get a park where I'm safe. And he makes sure that I even get that. Like, I'm so grateful that our relationship is growing, and I'm getting so closer to him and stronger in him, and how he's always there, and he never leaves me. He's never forsaken me. He always protects me and covers me. Even when I am disobedient, he whoops me, but he still loves me. He whoops me with love, and I'm grateful for that because he don't have to. And just, I'm just so grateful, and I just love him so much. And I just want to remind people, humble yourselves. Have that humble spirit. Be humble and meek. Be how Yeshua was, and let him guide you, and grow in your relationship with the Most High. Because what a lot of you will realize, he will elevate you more and more. Also, stop being filled with pride and thinking you know everything, because you don't. You barely scratched the surface. I mean, because the fact that y'all talk about certain people, but y'all still think that that place Israel over there is our land. That's not our land. Never was. That was told to you to cause confusion. A lot of y'all still practicing Yiddish, and still, yeah, you may not be in paganism, but you're under Judaism and following the Talmud, or even following their doctrine of what they taught. So what sense does that make? If you're going to talk about Christians following the white man, what sense does it make for you to be following the Ashkenazis? Because low-key, that's really what you're doing. Because a lot of things that you guys practice and doing, and even the words you're saying, is something that they taught you. Y'all don't even know that the difference between Yiddish and the true native tongue that we spoke. So I can get laden with pride and talk about a lot of y'all and condemn y'all 24/7, but that's not me, and that's not of the Most High, because the Most High hate a boastful and a prideful person. Stop being so prideful and boastful, and just be humble. Be humble and meek, and let him guide you into understanding. Start having his understanding. That's greater, far greater. And I always say, be careful with false doctrine, and be careful with wolves in sheep's clothing and false teachers. And it's a lot of people in this awakening that just because they can say the name, they think that they're so elevated and they know so much, and people just follow them. And it's kind of sick. It's kind of like the Jim Jones, where people were so obsessed with him instead of being obsessed with the Most High. They was obsessed with him, and that's why a lot of them drank the Kool-Aid. A lot of y'all drinking the Kool-Aid now because you're still worshiping man. It's interesting, like my mom told me earlier, there's no difference between the name pastor and master. It's one is a P and one is an M. They both still control and basically having you be obedient to man and not the Most High. So don't get caught up in titles, and because the person said they're a teacher and stuff. Let the Most High guide you, and let the Most High be your teacher. See, you don't necessarily, yes, the Most High will use people to be his vessels, but also when you have that relationship with him, the Most High will reveal a lot of things to you. So don't just always depend on other people's, what they teach you and what they tell you. Even with myself, like I always say, you study to show thyself approved. Seek him, his understanding. Yes, you can learn from different ones, but you still should have that relationship where you are learning from him. Because there's going to be a time where YouTube don't exist no more. There's going to be times where you can't just pick up a phone and computer. You need to start getting in your word and getting his understanding of his word. Stop using your phone as for you to have a Bible or word to read. Actually buy a book and read it. Study to show thyself approved. He gave us powers and gifts. He will reveal those things to us. He will reveal. Even a lot of people have realized, even with the name, that a lot of us even think that we know. Again, you still just barely scratch the surface, because he truly does have many names, and he reveals himself more and more the closer you get to him and the next level that you get to. So a lot of us just don't even realize that, like how we need to just be humble and seek the Most High. And before a lot of y'all even comment about what I have on my outfit, I just threw this on because it was cold and it's freezing here, and this is one of the thicker sweaters that I have. No, I don't believe in these stars and all that other mess or anything like that. So, again, don't let stupid things be a distraction, because I am aware of what I have on. and I am aware of what it represents, but that's not me. Again, like I said, it was something warm that I had to throw on because it's freezing here, and we just got through a winter storm, and I just need to throw something on to go run to the store. But anyway, I just had to put that out because people are, it's crazy how people literally don't listen or hear the message. They just worry about vain things and carnal things, and they missed the beat. But so I just want to put that disclaimer out there. But anyway, I just encourage you again just to seek the Most High and trust in Him and love Him with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. And again, like I said, read Deuteronomy 6. Read that every day, all day. Read Proverbs. Read Isaiah. Just get in the Word, and He will guide you and will give you understanding, and He will give you protection, and He will give you wisdom and knowledge. Also, I want to encourage everyone when you get a chance to go on Thoughts Camera Action. He actually did a really good video about the BOULE and talking about the BOULE and the Black Gatekeepers and all these different organizations that a lot of us have been a part of, or our families have been a part of, and oaths that our forefathers and ancestors trapped us in, which is why a lot of us still enduring and have those spirits attached to us. Because again, when you have the power of the Ruach and you know how to use that power, you know how to truly break those chains. You can't just break that chain just because you say one prayer. You have to do the work, but you cannot do the work. Again, you got to keep that whole armor of Yahweh, and you got to let the Most High give you that power to break those chains and those strongholds off your life. Also, I wanted to talk about, something else I want to talk about. Well, again, just trust in Him, and if He bring it back to my remembrance, then I'll share it. But if not, then that means He doesn't want me to talk about it. And again, I have to be obedient to Him, because my whole purpose in this walk and in my life is to truly let Him be my everything, and my guide, and my protector, and my leader, my everything. And that's what I'm doing. I have to be obedient to Him, not anybody else. So again, like I said, I'm not trying to be nobody's teacher, so I just tell you, just be careful. And also, that's what I was going to say. Be careful with these people that's always teaching, and some of these prophetess and these people that call themselves pastors or teachers, or call themselves spreading the word, even in this awakening, because Satan is tarnishing this awakening on purpose. He's trying to, but the Most High still has our power. So Satan may send snares and traps and stuff, but as Psalms 91 tell us that the Most High will give us the power, and He will protect us. So read Psalms 91 and keep that in your heart and keep that on you. Also, be careful and watch people that promote sexual immorality, pride, and money, because a lot of people have that in them. And again, if you are a servant of the Most High, you don't have to beg. You don't have to have all these different things. The Most High will supply all your needs. All your needs are already supplied. So you don't even need to ask Him about materialistic things, because that's covered if you truly trust Him, and then you truly live a life that's servitude to Him, and He will supply everything. And I always tell people, and if you have questions, or you think that people are truly a man of the Most High Yah, or all this stuff, again, watch the fruits that they bear. Also, remember, Solomon had a relationship with the Most High. Solomon was the wisest man and the richest man in the world. And guess what? He still fell and still sold his soul and still became wicked. So just to show you that it doesn't matter how much understanding and knowledge a person have, they're still human and they can still fail. So everyone have a good evening, and I'll see you guys soon. Y'all willing.